Happy Halloween, guys. It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we have got 4 picks for you for tonight's slate. It's only a 4-game slate, and honestly, the board doesn't look great, in my opinion. I feel good about these plays, but we were trying to see if we could find 6 that we felt confident in, and it's just like we have 4 games. We have a bunch of questionable tags on players, so we're just going with the 4 picks that we feel best about. Before we break into our picks, though, if you guys don't mind, just give us a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when we drop our videos. We're going to do this NBA picks video, and then we're going to hit NFL right after. So yeah, hit us with a like, drop us a comment if you guys have any questions about particular plays, and we will get back to you the best we can. And I just wanted to say sorry if anyone, I went back and I was looking at some videos, and I know someone was asking about like Kuminga's points under on one of them and stuff. We never got back to him, so I apologize for that. I totally missed that one. But we're trying to respond to everybody. So yeah, just drop us a comment, and if we miss you, we apologize in advance. Usually if it's like right before game time, that tends to be the type that we tend to miss because we're already into, getting ready to watch the games and stuff. But all right. So yeah, let's talk about our partners real quick. If you have not yet signed up for Parlay Play, it's my favorite platform. They're super cool. It's a new platform. They're trying to do it right, and they're giving us great multipliers and great lines. So if you guys want to sign up for Parlay Play, use code Backdoor. They're going to give you a 100% deposit match up to $100, and they're going to give you a $5 free game. So you can just make a slip up to $5 that they're going to just let you use promo funds on. There is a link in the description for all of these. Our other partner is Underdog. If you want to sign up for Underdog, they also have great alt lines and plays as low as $1. They're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip that you make. Just use code Backdoor, and they're going to hook you up. So shout out to Parlay Play and Underdog. They're partners of ours, and we love those guys because they're just super cool to us. Like, we've worked with a lot of platforms, since we started this channel, but those two in particular really stick out with how cool they are over there. So we love working with them. All right, let's talk about our plays. So my first play is going to be Kevin Durant, points and rebounds. I'm taking this for more. He's just been on a steady incline. I like the way Mike Budenholzer is using him. I like the way this Suns team looks. And there are some other pivots that I'll talk about when I break that down. Getting it on Parlay Play at 32.5 points and rebounds. And then I also like Brook Lopez fantasy score tonight over 27.5. We're getting that on Prizepicks and Parlay Play. Underdog, they do not have the fantasy score. So I'm going with his PRA, which I also like. I just want that defensive upside, so I prefer the fantasy score. But the PRA is actually juiced better, so we'll talk about it. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking, let's see here. I'm going with Devin Booker for over 2.5 3-pointers mid. Really digging this line. And then I'm going to be taking Jabari Smith Jr. for over 20.5 PRA. And we're getting all of these on the same platform. The only one that I have to change is Jabari Smith on Parlay Play. I'm taking his fantasy score over there, so that's the only difference.
All right. Well, if you guys can guess, if anyone out there can guess, I mean, Jordy's is pretty easy. I bet you can't guess what my costume is. But let's talk about the plays. So Kevin Durant, I'll start there. So, I mean, he's cashed this 3 out of his 4 matchups in 2024, or 3 out of his 4 games, and he missed it by 1, literally 1, the last time he played. The only one he missed was against the Clippers, who he's playing tonight, and I feel like he's going to be able to get it done. If we take a look at, okay, so the minutes have been great, knocking on the door of 40 minutes a game. Over the 4-game stretch, he is averaging 40 minutes a game. It's just he went for almost 44 in that first game, and then these other games, that I believe this one did go to overtime. But I feel good about him getting this done. I was looking at his PRA, and the thing is, when he did match up against the Clippers last time, he had 0 assists, And if we look at the potential assists here, he had 6 chances. So at first I was like, yeah, let's go for it, because that's just guys not making their shots, but he's trying, so 6 attempts is great. But then when I looked at the discrepancy, this is at 36.5 on Prizepicks. The 35.5 I feel a little bit better about. But if he had 6 attempts in this last matchup and went for 0, like, what are we banking on here? If it's at 36.5, that means that if he went for 32 PRA last time they matched up, and that 36.5 means we need to get to 37. So we would need, like 5 assists higher than what he did before, if we're banking on those assists cashing us. So even if he has a better outing and goes for 6 attempts, I don't think he's going to get 6 full assists out of those attempts. So I was like, at best, maybe 50%, 75%. Then we're still looking at like the where they have the line. It's like he's going to have to hit 75% of these assists that he's dishing out. And maybe he will, but it just wasn't enough to sell me on the play. So I'm going to go points, rebounds alone, since he just missed it by 1 last time. And he's been really popping off. One thing you'll notice here is he only went for 25 points in that game. He's gone for 30 or more in every game since. And the matchup to small forwards is actually pretty solid. 20th in points allowed, 9th in rebounds allowed. So go with your gut. If you want the full PRA, go for it. The thing I love is he's averaging 2.3 fouls per game, so not bad. I know this matchup against the Clippers, he had 4, but he was also really aggressive on defense in that game. I'll just show you real quick. Aggressive on defense, and we went to overtime, so it's like he played more minutes. But yeah, he went for a block and 3 steals. So he was really trying to, get the defense rolling there. So I feel good about this. That 4 fouls last time doesn't scare me, since we did go to overtime. If we take a look at the DFS optimizer, they've got this favored to go over, 51.43% odds to hit the over, -125. FanDuel, this is up at 33.5 already. It looks like a lot of platforms are bumping this to 33.5. So yeah, I feel good about it. I just think that, he's in great shape right now. He's got a good attitude. Like, sometimes a little bit an off season, a little bit of self-reflection, a new coaching staff, because Vogel will frustrate anybody. The way they were playing him, and all the chemistry last year was an absolute mess. So I like Bud out in Phoenix. I'm feeling good about him going over with Kevin Durant tonight. And then Brook Lopez. First of all, Giannis is a game time decision. So he'll probably play, is my guess. But we still don't have Chris Middleton. But this over-under is actually pretty close. 232.5 over-under, playing in Memphis, Milwaukee favored by 6. So if Giannis doesn't play, we're getting this at a good deal, in my opinion. But I do love the fantasy score, because we know what a machine he can be on defense with the blocks and steals. And for fantasy score, if you're unfamiliar, which I'm sure most of you aren't, the fantasy score, for every block and every steal, you get 3 points, which I love. And then you lose a point on turnovers. So you always want to check the turnovers if you're taking fantasy score. But this last outing against Boston, he had 2 steals, 4 blocks. Now this matchup tonight against centers, 22nd in steals allowed, 30th in blocks allowed. So I want every piece of this. And then if we take a look at the turnovers, I don't believe they're bad. Yeah, so he had a really bad outing the first time out, first game of the season, and he's just improved it ever since. So we look for trends, and this is a good trend for him, obviously, especially going up against Boston, like 0 turnovers. That's solid. And then they're also, the matchup there is 29th in turnovers allowed. So that doesn't scare me at all for the fantasy score. If we're taking the PRA alone, I do still like it. He's cleared it in back-to-back games. His last game was on the 28th, so he's had a couple of days to rest and get right. Yeah, so I'm really loving this play, averaging 31 minutes a game, 31.5, which is solid for a center, for a big man. Yeah, not getting in foul trouble, averaging 2.8 fouls per game. So yeah, I'm feeling great about this play, especially with the board like we have tonight. It's just kind of a mess for Halloween. It's a bummer. I would love a much bigger slate. If we take a look at the PRA, favored to go over, 50.24% odds to hit the over, -119. Everyone's got this at 18.5. They're not really moving it. If we get some confirmation that Giannis is out, this will probably go up, I would guess. They don't like his fantasy score, 27.5. And then, yeah, it's just a little bit higher on Prizepicks. Parlay play is not listed on here. Oh, yeah, it is. They're not showing it, but we're getting it on there. So yeah, it's just a 51.13% odds to hit the under. So go with your gut. But I mean, I'm definitely not taking this under with his defensive upside. So I like this play, but you don't have to take it. If you guys want to check out Outlier, this app here is killer. It helps you just break down all the different categories of statistics and look at the matchups, you know, which is really helpful. And then I check this injury report tab all the time. So Giannis is considered a game time decision right now, dealing with a right knee issue. Desmond Bane, game time decision. And, you know, I was looking at Ja Morant. Earlier, his points, rebounds, and his PRA were super juiced on the optimizer, like heavily, like minus 145. There was one minus 160. And I was so tempted to take it, but since he's been dealing with this sort of lingering injury with his, I think it's with his foot, I'm just too skeptical. He's coming off of a back-to-back. So you know, they've been giving him like 24 minutes a game. So until I see that go up, I'm not gonna, you know, take the over on Ja Morant. I believe in his talent, but you know, the narrative, a little bit of an injury, lower minutes, back to back, I'm just not interested. So yeah, but sorry, I got sidetracked there. If you guys do want to check this out though, this app, Outlier, just go through the link in the description. It's free for 7 days. So you sign up through that link and they're going to let you test it out for a week. All right, Jordy.
All right. Well, yeah, let's get into mine here. I'm going to be taking Devin Booker for over 2.5 3-pointers here. You know, this is looking pretty solid here. He's been shooting a whole bunch of attempts, 7.8 attempts per game right now. So this is more of like a volume play more than anything, but he is shooting 42% from three. So he is cashing 3.3 of these 7.8 attempts. And over the last 4 games they played this season, he's gone 3 for 4 on this. They already have played the Clippers this year, and he cashed this in that game. He went for 4 threes in that game, so that's more than enough. So I just feel good about the matchup. If you like the matchup, whether he's playing, I think he's like locked in that shooting guard position now, but yeah, he's 13th in 3-pointers allowed to that position, giving up a value of 3.9 threes a game. So feeling good about this one. If you look at the injury report list, Bradley Beal is a game time decision too. So if he doesn't play, maybe Booker gets even more attempts. I don't know, but I don't think that's really going to affect this play too much. Whether he plays or does not play, I think Booker will cash this no problem. So it is juiced to go under on daily grind, 50.62% chance and a minus 121. So go with your gut. If you don't like it, you don't have to take it. But I mean, he's shooting 8 attempts per game, so I really like it as just like a volume play. He should hit 3 with his percentages. So loving that play. We're getting that on Underdog, and we're getting that on Parlay Play. Parlay Play, it's a 1.85x. On Underdog, it's just got the regular multiplier as well as Prizepicks. Next up, I got Jabari Smith Jr. for over 20.5 PRA. I feel great about this one. You know, if you look at the head-to-head, he's hit this in all 4 matchups. He matches up really well against Dallas, and you know their height. This dude's really tall, so you know he's always matched up really well against them. And his lines are really low right now. 20.5 PRA is pretty low for Jabari Smith. He could hit this in points alone. He's done it in 2 of the matchups here. This year he's gone 2 for 4 on this one. Like I said, 14 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists. The kid can do it all. He's really good. So I want the whole PRA. If you like the fantasy score, he's a pretty big defender too, but he's just not been that active yet. So I don't really care for the whole fantasy score, because if you look over here, he is turning the ball over quite a bit. So I just want to stay away from the fantasy score. I want the PRA here. Great matchup for him. 22nd in points allowed, 15th in rebounds, 19th in assists. So he's got a solid matchup ahead of him here too. And like I said, he matches up pretty well against Dallas. He's done this every time he's played them. So hopefully he can just get that done for us tonight. If you look at this one on Daily Grind, it is juiced to go over. It's his highest over on the Daily Grind board. 51.86% chance on minus 127. So yeah, this one I feel really, really good about. Jabari Smith is one of those players I went to early last year, and I kind of just stuck with him through a lot of those games, and he was really consistent for us. So Steven Adams game time decision. Nothing too crazy, but you know, if he doesn't play, maybe that's more rebound opportunities or whatever. So liking Jabari Smith Jr. for the 20.5 PRA. Like I said, we are only able to get the fantasy score on parlay play right now. Maybe that'll change. There's also the points rebounds out there that you can take for as low as you want. You can get it at 17.5 or 1.56x, which is crazy. I like his 3-pointers too. 1.5 3-pointers made. That's a 1.9x over here on parlay play. So you always get really good deal lines over here on parlay play. That's just like one of my favorite places to play now. So yeah, that's gonna be my 2 plays. If you guys want to check out Daily Grind, this is just the cream of the crop when it comes to DFS apps and what it does in helping you cash. I mean, if you are serious about DFS, you need this app. It'll help you cash a lot more. They've got very consistent lines over here when they're trying to give you the best value. Any app you're playing on, they have up here, I'm sure. They got parlay play, Underdog, better picks, anything you're playing, they probably got on here. They got sleeper too. So they cover all the platforms and they cover all the leagues. They give you Dota 2, NBA, NFL, CS2, League of Legends, anything you can think of that you like to play. They'll give you lines for it, and they'll show you what their best estimated value is on all those plays, and their percentage on odds to hit is all correlated by like AI and stuff. So it's really, really cool. If you want to check this out and you want to lock it in, go to the link in the description below and use code Backdoor, and they'll give you a 25% discount on your first purchase. So if you want to lock it in for a year, you can get that whole year locked in with a 25% discount on that. Or if you just want to lock it in for a month or 2, that's up to you. So just, go through the options and decide what fits your needs best. And yeah, use code Backdoor for that 25% off, and that's going to cover it for me.
All right. Well, I forgot to get prepared for this, so I'll start with telling you guys about our socials a little bit. If you guys want to come follow us, we're on X, TikTok, Instagram, just at Backdoor FS on any of those. And then I apologize, I usually have this ready to go, but if you want to come join us on Discord, there is a link in the description for Patreon. You just sign up through Patreon, and you sign up through Patreon, and then once you're signed up there, it manages our subscriptions. So you just go into settings, you go to connected apps, and then you just connect your Discord and you're good to go. We've got extra analysts in here. Let me see. So unprofessional on Halloween. But yeah, we have extra analysts and we all work together as a community. So if you guys want to come join us, Moose, our boy Moose here, he's the king of the 2-mans. So definitely go follow him. He's also on X. But that's going to cover everything. We appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like the video. And once again, let us know if you have any questions about anything. We're happy to do our best to try to help you figure out some plays in the comment section as well. So good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back at you in just a minute with NFL picks for tonight. And we'll catch you.
Good luck, guys.